In that Cretaceous twilight ruled by teeth and talons, the existence of a certain creature felt like a gentle rest note inserted by destiny into a cruel primordial world. Lacking sharp horns or hardened armor, it nonetheless possessed a sacred power capable of instantly tranquilizing any ferocious beast in an era where the strong ruthlessly consumed the weak. It was a resonance radiating from the depths of its soul, flowing softly from the elongated hollow bone crest atop its head like a finely crafted flute. Tonight, by the gently flickering hearth fire, and with this story that requires no effort to remember, let us wander into the true life of the gentle Parasaurolophus. Whenever the night fully descends and the primeval continent is cloaked in a hazardous, icy dark, an inimitable low-frequency hum arises from the heart of the forest. The sound is not the roar of a wild beast, but resembles a bronze-singing bowl gently struck within an ancient temple, drawn out, profound, and tempered with a sublime restraint that seems to transcend life and death. It is its breath circling back and forth through the chambers of its crest, creating a wondrous harmony with the magnetic field of the earth itself. Listen, that sound is weaving through the towering fern trees, piercing the freezing mist, and slowly smoothing away the anxieties and clamor we have accumulated throughout the day. As the setting sun casts its final crimson glimmers over the shimmering lake, the gentle Parasaurolophus stands solitary upon a moist riverbank. The air is rich with the botanical fragrance that follows a torrential rain, while on the far horizon, heavy thunderstorm clouds recede with a faint, muted rumble. Behind it lies an ancient forest woven from towering redwoods and colossal ferns, where the eyes of countless predators peer out from the shadows. Yet, it exhibits no trace of panic. Its clear, slightly melancholic eyes gaze quietly at the widening ripples on the water's surface. It lowers its head slowly, using its duck-billed muzzle to gently filter and feed on tiny aquatic plants in the shallows, its movements as deliberate as a sacred ritual. Every shift of its weight is executed with immense care, its long tail extended straight behind to maintain a perfect equilibrium, never making an unnecessary sound. As a herbivore, the word contention seems absent from its life. It merely ambles along its own path within the river of time. However, peace is always fleeting in that dawn of history. An anomalous breeze gusts by, bearing the nauseating, distinctive scent of blood from a predator. The distant thickets begin to rustle violently, and a few agile, ferocious relatives of the Tyrannosaurus emerge from the dark, their icy, lethal intent instantly locking onto it. Faced with this fatal rift of destiny, it does not flee blindly like its terrified peers, but instead rears up its foreboding slowly, making a move that catches every predator entirely off guard. Choosing not to gamble with speed, it draws a deep breath of the chilling night air, letting the current rush up its elongated windpipe and flood into the hollow, meter-long crest. Then, an unprecedented sound, immense yet entirely non-violent, bursts forth from within the gentle Parasaurolophus. It is no screech of rage nor a wail of agony, but a deep, rolling hum vibrating at the absolute threshold of human hearing, like a colossal bell tolled by ancient monks in the dead of night. This sound triggers visible acoustic ripples across the atmosphere. The river waters begin to tremble violently in sync with the frequency, and countless tiny bubbles churn up from the silt. The predators, who had been lunging forward aggressively, freeze eerily in their tracks the moment this sound strikes them. The low-frequency vibration does more than shatter the stillness of the night. It penetrates their skulls directly, inducing a wave of profound, soothing numbness across their highly strained minds. In this melody, akin to a distant flute blending with a singing bowl, the carnivores' bloodthirsty instincts begin to be supplanted by an irresistible fatigue and trance. Their pupils, once dilated with a desire to kill, lose their sharp focus, their furious strides grow sluggish, and even their gaping fanged jaws slowly close. It simply stands there in perfect stillness, its crest vibrating subtly, using the most peaceful sound as a shield, engaging in a silent chess match with a ruthless nature on the thin line between life and death. Time seems to suspend at this moment. No bloody mauling, no desperate cries, only that long, flute-like tone echoing wave after wave through the vast river valley. Those once arrogant predators ultimately retreat slowly into the shadows, the savage gleam in their eyes completely extinguished, leaving only a hypnotized state of grogginess and bewilderment. The gentle Parasaurolophus lowers its head slightly, the vibrations along its crest tapering off until they melt into a long, soothing sigh of contentment. Returning to all fours, it steps across the soft sand, pacing unhurriedly back toward the deepest recesses of the forest, where its nest and the tiny lives it must protect await. The ancient midnight forest is cold. Moonlight filters through the dense, overlapping canopy, coating its skin in a faint, soft blue-gray sheen. Amidst the thickets along the way, countless fragile mammals shiver in the night wind, living every second in mortal terror of being devoured in this merciless world. Yet, as the rhythmic, low-frequency resonance draws near, those tiny bodies miraculously cease their trembling. Peeking their moist noses out from the fissures of tree bark and the warmth of mud burrows, they watch quietly as this towering, sacred being passes gracefully through the dark. It moves like a wandering hermit of the night, using its voice to forge an invisible fortress within the woods, locking out all slaughter and peril. Knowing itself to be but a transient passenger of this epoch, it nonetheless chooses to spend the chilly, long night broadcasting the goodwill of the earth with every single breath. On this primeval continent teeming with death and rebirth, its flute song remains the solitary beacon in the night, warming every soul unable to find rest. When the stars shift to the zenith of the sky, the gentle Parasaurolophus finally returns to its nest nestled within a quiet valley, shielded from the winds by soaring rock walls. In the center of the nest, cushioned by a mound of soft, dried grass, rest several coarsely textured dinosaur eggs, looking remarkably sacred under the starlight. It circles the hatchery slowly, its massive frame leaving no sound upon the soil. Its mastery over its own immense strength is nothing short of breathtaking. It lies down with extreme gentleness, its long neck curving into an arc radiant with maternal grace, placing its head softly beside those unhatched lives. As the nocturnal chill deepens, it begins to modulate its respiration once more, but this time, not to deter enemies, but to convey warmth. A sound emanates from its crest again, a faint, exquisite cooing, like a mother humming indistinctly into an infant's ear. This subtle low-frequency vibration travels through the earth and grass, conducting smoothly into the interior of the hardened shells, soothing the tiny lives slowly developing within. In this magical cadence, the faint heartbeats inside the eggs begin to pulse steadily and strongly, as if sealing a mystical covenant with their mother's breath. The winds of the valley seem to sense this tranquility, gradually hushing their clamor, leaving only the water dripping from the cliff springs in a steady tick, tick, tick. It closes its eyes, the moonlight silhouetting the beautiful contour of its long crest. At this moment, it is not merely the continuation of a lineage, but the most serene guardian of the Cretaceous night. Today, that Cretaceous epoch belonging to the gentle Parasaurolophus has long since dissolved into fossils deep within the strata through a protracted storm of stardust. Yet, the ancient sound of the singing bowl it sounded across countless midnights seems never to have truly vanished. It endures in the wind, and lingers in every pulsation of the earth. Now, the night has grown profoundly deep. The bustle outside your window has dissipated, leaving only the dim warm light of the room and this soothing tale by your ear. Can you feel it too? That low rhythmic resonance from hundreds of millions of years ago, rippling gently around your mind and body. It is like a pair of tender hands, softly smoothing the brow you kept knit all day, clearing away all the chaotic thoughts from your mind. You no longer need to ponder tomorrow's rush, nor do you need to worry over things yet to pass. On this night, you possess an absolute secure sanctuary, just like that Parasaurolophus. Listening to its breathing that mimics a distant flute, and visualizing it sleeping peacefully under the stars, your body becomes heavier, drifting into total relaxation. The ancient wilderness is opening its embrace to you. There is no stress there, no noise, only boundless warmth and pure, untamed serenity. Sleep now, for the gentle Parasaurolophus has used its song to dispel all darkness for you. Close your eyes with a quiet heart, and sink into that deepest, most peaceful dreamland.